punch shit coming out. That V6 has some pep in its step. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, we're reviewing a 2022 Toyota Avalon. First and foremost, so a huge shout out and thank you to the Brent Brown Toyota here in Orem, Utah for giving me some time with this Avalon. This one is available for sale right now if you're interested, and if you do reach out to them, make sure to ask for Rick Elliott. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below as well. Let's get right into the video. So under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 3.5 liter V6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 22 around town and then 32 on the highway, with power outputs being 301 horsepower at 6,600 RPMs and then 267 pound-feet of torque at 4,700 RPMs. So let's go over the front of the Avalon. First off, I think this metallic like bluish gray is a really cool color and it works with the Avalon quite well. Now, coming down below, you guys can see here with the reflector headlights, and then notice here with the orange daytime running light, that is pretty cool. We've got all the chrome trim here around the front end, and then notice how it is like dark metallic gray for the grille. And then we've got the Toyota logo there, front and center. And yeah, with everything together, I think the Avalon looks great from a front end perspective. Now coming on the side here, we've got two 15mm tires wrapped around 17-inch wheels in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see from a coloration perspective, the wheels are silver to kind of match the rest of the accents on the front of the Avalon. I like how they've molded here with the fender. And then we have this random trim piece here on the side that's like been tacked on. It's kind of interesting. A little bit of chrome there on the mirror, but the rest of it's body colored. Chrome trim around the windows. And then if we take a few steps back, you guys can see the side of the car and the size as well. It looks pretty good. So here's our key fob. Sorry, the camera doesn't want to focus because it's all wrapped up. But anyways, we have our lock, unlock, and then the opening here for the trunk, which pops all the way open. Pretty cool. We have these tabs that you can pull to lower down the seats in the rear. And then you can see here with the carpeting in the back. And then notice we got Avalon there on the floor mat. And then we can pick this up. So you can see how the tools underneath as well. And yeah, pretty large sized trunk. And when you're done, boom. Now finishing things up with the rest of the rear, you can see that we have Avalon here on the like taillight light bar system, and then we've got the Toyota logo there up above. And I love the taillights on the new Avalon. I think they look so cool. XLE for the package this has. And then notice we have exhaust tips out either side, which is actually pretty cool. And yeah, overall I think the back end also looks great. So here's the door panel in the rear. Notice here with all of the padding, then we've got the white stitching there, so it's like white with gray. Rear window is actually automatic, which is pretty cool. And then here are the seats in the back. Again, you've got that gray with white all throughout. Then popping in fully, legroom, headroom as well. And then you can see we've got a couple of vents here. Got the USBs down below. And then we have a cup holder armrest situation here with some storage. Looks pretty cool. But when you're all done, that's all. Let's head to the front. Now here is the front door panel. You guys can see again with all of the padding and the white stitching. You've got all the window controls here, which are all automatic, and then the mirror adjustment, and then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And here's the front seat, so it does have the cover on it, but same coloration as the rear. You guys can see here with the bolstering and everything. And again, I think the seats actually look really good. Power adjustments there on the side. Pedal layout down below. We have this for the stability control, the lights. That is for the trunk release, and then the gas release. Steering wheel is manually adjustable, and then notice here, and then also at the top of the dash. Let's pop in. So here is the steering wheel. You guys can see here padding all around, and then notice kind of like the texturing on it. It has that like cowhide texture. I think looks pretty good. Stitching there in the center, which is black to kind of just match with everything. We do have our cruise control, lane keep assist controls, and then you can see on the other side we've got the controls for the center stack, volume, voice command controls, turn signal light stock, windshield wiper stock in the normal places, and there's the steering wheel. Now here's a gauge cluster. We've got analog gauges on either side, and then you have the screen here in the center, which you can scroll through different bits of information on the Avalon systems with it. You know, pretty straightforward stuff, but you're probably gonna leave it in this like central tab that shows you like fuel economy, what speed you're going, all that. And yeah, there you go. Now here is the infotainment system. First off, if we pop it into reverse, we do have a backup camera with trajectory lines, and you can even change the camera viewpoint. Resolution on it is decent. And then we've got controls here on either side for the infotainment system, or like the analog controls, so you can see pressing that. Response time's actually pretty solid with them. And then same thing for the touchscreen itself. This is in a lot of Toyota models. It's not their newest infotainment system, but it gets the job done. Down below, we have some vents, of course. We've got our dual zone climate controls, so I notice I can press the sync, and now it is synced. We also have heated seats for the front passengers. And then we've got some storage space here up front with a little charging port. Shifter for the 8-speed automatic. It does have a manual shift function. We have our different drive modes here. We have our Eco, Normal, and Sport. They do pop up in the center here. So Normal mode doesn't do anything. Eco mode turns green. Sport mode turns red. Pretty straightforward. We've got our auto hold here with a parking brake, and then we have a cup holder and then another cup holder, which is shaped differently. And then center console, which is actually pretty practical. It's large, got a bunch of USBs in there. And then buttons for everything, I suppose, in the Avalon. Big glove box. And then notice here on the dash with the padding, and then more of that wood trim there at the top. And they actually did a really good job with the design here in the interior. And then popping up to the very top, and sorry I did that a little bit too bright, but anyways, sunglass holder, and that's all. Now here is the window sticker for the Avalon. You guys can see with the standard equipment in this section. And then base MSRP before options are added. This one doesn't have a ton of options. Again, XLE package. Total MSRP $37,937. Let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility of the hood. Both the mirrors, which do have blind spot monitoring. And throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So, setting off in the Avalon, and it's been a long time since I've driven one of these, actually. And so, it'll be interesting to see how this drives, because I do a bunch of reviews on like Camrys, because, you know, obviously the Camry is slightly more popular than the Avalon, and so there's more packages for me to cover, and obviously there's more availability with the Camry because dealerships order more of them. But anyways, this car is so comfortable. This is something that I love about Toyota, and obviously Lexus as well, right? Same company, is they make like super comfortable sedans. Like this just floats down the road. Seat comfort's also great as well. And you guys got to remember, this isn't the fully loaded Avalon. And of course, I'm driving like 5 miles under the speed limit. But that's pretty typical for like an Avalon driver. Just kidding. But yeah, it's just so comfortable. You just kind of like float down the road. The seat's comfortable. The only thing is, it would be cool to have air-conditioned seats, but again, you just have to get a higher up package if you want to have air-conditioned seats with the Avalon. You got to spend a little bit more cheddar. Other than that, it doesn't, like, it is a large size sedan, but it's not cumbersome to drive or anything like that. But I mean, you know, for me personally, since I drive like trucks all day most of the time, this thing feels tiny, but yeah, it feels good. I can understand like the appeal, like the big appeal with this, because it's comfortable, and like it's quiet in the interior too. And I mean, since it's a Toyota, you know it's gonna be super reliable, and so it's a nice driving experience. I wouldn't say it's particularly exciting. I'll pop into the sport mode here. Brakes are pretty good too. Go around the roundabout. Kind of punch it coming out. That V6 has some pep in its step, that is for sure. I know it doesn't look like much on camera, but it's a solid engine for this car. So yeah, let's get into setting things up with the Avalon. So first off, I think it's a good looking car. I do think the Camry proportions look better than this, but this is a really good looking car if you ask me. So I think they did a good job. Interior, for, you know, not a fully loaded top line package, this is nice. It still has that normal like Toyota durable feel to it, right, with all the controls and material use and everything. It feels like this interior is going to last a long time, which I like. And yeah, I think they did a good job with balancing out, you know, the durability factor, but then also making it feel more on the luxury side, because that's kind of what the Avalon's about. And then driving, it's comfortable, it's quiet. Accelerations, I mean, again, I don't feel like someone buying this is going to be going full throttle all the time. I feel like they're just going to be kind of comfortably cruising, and then if they need to pass someone, then it's got decent passing power. And so yeah, if you want basically the Lexus experience, but with a Toyota badge and not as much cost as a Lexus, that's kind of what the Avalon gives you. The interior might not be as dressed up as the interior of the Lexus, and the exterior might not be as dressed up, but the mechanical stuff and the driving experience is all there. And so, and you get the reliability too, right? Yeah, suspension's so nice in this car. There you go. That's gonna sum things up for our video on this 2022 Toyota Avalon. Again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Brent Brown Toyota here in Orem, Utah for giving me some time with this Avalon. As always, ask for Rick Elliott. I'll see you guys.